Welcome to the Saturday Update. I'm Nath Gardner. A group of scientists from the World Health Organization will spend another week in the Chinese city of Wuhan to determine the origins of coronavirus. Aussie scientist Professor Dominic Dwyer, who was part of the group, telling Reuters it could be years before they find any answers.
I think we've identified, or the Chinese group have identified the very early cases, the first case that they've recognised, and they've published that. But it's just that bit beforehand that's the very interesting part and the tricky part and the difficult part.
The organisation, meantime, is looking at how mutant variants of the virus can be named instead of labelling where the strain has come from. The WHO's Dr. Maria van Kerkhove says continuing to match a country to a strain creates an unwanted slur on that nation.
And that needs to be avoided. We will say the variant that was identified in the United Kingdom, or first identified in the United Kingdom, or first identified in South Africa, but that should be celebrated and encouraged.
Victoria's Health Department says all 17 close contacts linked to the guard at a quarantine hotel have tested negative for coronavirus. It's been confirmed the 26-year-old contracted the highly infectious strain first discovered in the UK. Western Australia is now out of lockdown after a fifth straight day of no local COVID cases. People can now leave their homes for non-essential reasons, but masks must be worn in the Perth and Peel regions. Welcome news on the fire front in Perth's northeast. Meantime, firefighters say the massive bushfire, which has destroyed 86 homes, is now 95% contained. On the Gold Coast, the body of a missing man has been pulled from the surf. The man had been swimming with a 29-year-old Victorian woman whose body was found on Thursday. In Ukraine, a zookeeper has been attacked and killed by a tiger. And in Madagascar, the smallest ever reptile has been discovered. The nano chameleon has a body measuring just 13.5 millimetres. To sport now, tennis fans have been robbed of a top-shelf matchup with world number one Barty slotting straight into the grand final of the Yarra Valley Classic. It's after Serena Williams pulled out of the semi-final clash due to injury. In the NBL, Melbourne United were too good for the Brisbane Bullets, 109-96. And in the Big Bash, Jason Roy remains in doubt for the Perth Scorchers ahead of Saturday night's grand final against the Sydney Sixers at the SCG. In entertainment news now, Christopher Plummer has died aged 91. The oldest actor to ever win an Oscar at 82 passed away peacefully at home. He was known for his role as Captain George Von Trapp in The Sound of Music, which he says was his toughest role.
Because it was so awful and sentimental and gooey.
And Aussie model Rachel Finch wants women to trust their instincts when it comes to health. The former Miss Universe Australia underwent surgery after her breast implant burst that was undetected by doctors for 2 years. We'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.